I was right, guys. I was so right. I was so right. You guys for not believing me. You guys are not gonna freaking believe it. You're not going to freaking believe it. You're not going to freaking believe what I just called, okay? Last time I made a video about Boogie was like a week ago. I said something in that video, something that was a little bit of a prediction, okay? I'm something of a predictor myself, you see. I called it. Boogie 2988 was just exposed for something that I had my sneaking suspicions about last video. Ocha, editing me. Play that clip. Okay, scamming people to pay for your medications that you totally have to pay for, like that you totally are paying for. You guys said, "Oh, Ocha, he's ill. Ocha, oh my goodness." Yeah. Do you think when people maybe offer him money to take care of said illness, he would show them proof of the illness so that he could get the money? You'd think that that's what he'd do, right? Like any sane, normal, prudent, sober person. He didn't. He did not. He straight up lied. And it's crazy. And for some odd reason, this guy Boogie decides to live stream this on his own podcast, the Lolcow podcast as well. That's nuts. You just exposed yourself on your live stream. What the freak? Anyways, here's our roster of fighters in this game, all right? In this Boogie 2988 Destroyer Simulator. Destiny, Keemstar, XQC, and Dan. These guys all get together on a live stream and they just destroy this man. Destroy Boogie 2988. I mean, career over. Boogie, you just got cooked. I think that for every single person that sees this video, I should get a subscribe because I am a prophet. I'm a wizard. I said this was gonna happen. I literally was like, if it's even real, he's never confirmed anything.
For cancer.
Confirmation.
Wait, is this House MD? Are we treating?
And here we are confirming that he doesn't have cancer, and it's not real. Oh my goodness. This guy is gonna get deplatformed so hard. I mean, you can't have fans after this. You can't. Like, straight up, you're done. You're donezo. You're lying about having cancer, man. How do you lie about having cancer? How do you lie about something like that? And how do you... Honestly, I kind of figured that if he was lying, Boogie would have tried to, you know, like, make some kind of fake document so that he could kind of rake in more money, right? Just to, like, trick them. But, nope. He... He's just such a big fucking liar. It's so awesome. This guy's so funny. Last night, Twitter was going hog wild over this. It was so funny. People on Twitter were like, dude has the guts to scam his fans for $10,000 but won't show his medical records for like over $75,000. What? That's nuts. All right, I'm not gonna make you guys watch the boring bits because they're boring as fuck. So the first part of it, we go over with Turkey Tom talking to Destiny about Coffeezilla video where Coffeezilla is talking to Boogie 2988. I like how in the beginning Turkey Tom goes up on the screen or goes up on the stream and is like, I'm not gonna spoil it, but here's everything that happens.
I'm not doing any spoilers on this, okay? Chat, you're not getting any spoilers. This is all new information, okay? I'm not gonna Turkey Tom it up.
Like gives away like the criticism and everything. I love you, Turkey Tom. Please, if you ever feel like making a video together, I would be so thrilled. That would be so much fun, man. Reach out to me, please, 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 Turkey Tom, please. I'll ride your meat, please. At about 45 minutes, there's a Boogie298 dick rider in the chat of Destiny's stream saying like, oh, well, you know, he didn't need to post evidence of it. Destiny's like, well, I mean, if you're trying to get money for it, you definitely want to tell the people who are giving you money, like your fan base, that the money is actually going to the thing that you said it was going to. Some kind of evidence is a little bit, you know, that would definitely be merited.
I think it's unreasonable to expect a person to provide written evidence in a video like this. It doesn't mean it's real or not, just not really a point in either direction. I feel like if you are collecting money to further a particular thing, you probably owe some evidence that the money is going towards that. And my understanding is a lot of Boogie's money collecting right now is oriented around the treatment of the variety of medical conditions. So I do think you kind of owe it, maybe not to me, some fucking random that watches this video, but at least to your fan base, you probably owe it to them that you legitimately have whatever medical conditions you're claiming are costing you all this money to treat.
Which I couldn't agree with more, honestly. I think that it's so silly that somebody can get so far in a YouTube career with so many lies behind them. Destiny confronts Boogie2988 with Dan and XQC.
Boogie 2488, you are being confronted tonight.
We got these people coming on here, and the first thing they say is, did your doctor ever tell you you have cancer? And Boogie does not say the one word that is correct there, and that is yes. Brother, you're supposed to say yes if it means that you have cancer. Uh-oh.
I am 99% sure you are faking your cancer diagnosis, Boogie. Did the doctor ever tell you, or did he ever say the word cancer?
You don't have cancer? What the hell? What the hell? Destiny asks Boogie2988 how they're treating it and why he keeps saying that he's receiving a diagnosis without a blood marrow or a bone marrow transfusion or whatever it is that they use to confirm that he has the particular cancer that he's claiming to have. And he goes over a couple things that they're doing, but frankly, none of them make a lot of sense.
So I think it is secondary polycythemia. Can you explain?
Well, then why would he call it polycythemia vera? Why would he tell me that I have hormone markers in my blood that tells me I have polycythemia vera? I'm taking the 1 in a million chance that they're wrong, and that there's another reason that I have hormone imbalances in my blood.
And then he goes on to say, because of that, you said that 2 years ago, sorry, 2, not 1, 2 years ago, Boogie298 had said that he was diagnosed with cancer. He had gotten a cancer diagnosis. But here he is saying that they're doing a confirmation. They're doing a biopsy now after 2 years.
Yeah, why are you praying to God 2 years after you said that you have cancer that you don't have cancer?
Because 2 years ago, they told me I have polycythemia vera based on the fact that I had increased red blood cell counts, increased hemoglobin, and the hormone markers in my blood. And it all spelled pretty definitively that I have this.
So why are you talking about expensive cancer treatments if they don't even know if you have cancer? That nothing has been confirmed yet. It's been 2 years. They're not. How are they
treating it for years?
How are they treating it, Boogie?
Blood test, blood thinners, bloodletting, medications. They're trying to get my weight down. Yes. I'm seeing the doctor every 3 months. I'm doing blood tests every month.
So they don't know if you have cancer or not. So can I understand this?
Dude, you can see XQC in the background of all of this, like, yup. What up about it?
Which is a lower count of, or a low amount of oxygen in your...
Yo, Boogie, you just got. Bam. That's right. Destiny got you. I love it. I love seeing X in the background, man. It's so funny. And then one of his buddies on the Lolcow podcast pulls out a piece of paper that would show his medical condition that he was diagnosed with. Like, it would show his diagnosis on a piece of paper.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes.
Look, you want to keep saying you're the patient, you know what your body has.
Yes.
But when I go to the doctor, they give me shit like this, which is like papers.
Because I was going to say, Boogie can end this whole thing.
Exactly.
Show me a single document with polycythemia vera on it. You don't have one. I don't think the doctor ever diagnosed you with it.
Same Ocha, different day. There's a really funny part where Boomer Dan holds up an L for Boogie. It's kind of goofy.
Why would you have to insist on a biopsy if you can confirm with a with blood markers? It's because you can't.
Because I'm hoping that I are wrong.
If you're hoping they're wrong, then why 2 years ago were you talking about fighting cancer? Why would you be talking about like?
I have been for 2 years.
Fighting cancer? How? With what? With blood thinners?
Oh, this one's for you, Boogie.
Because oh god damn it.
That's for you.
Dan is such a boomer. Oh my gosh. The main point after all of this, because Boogie is just kind of having a huge crash out right now. He's not exactly in his right mind. It's watching people say the same thing over and over and over again, because it's just Boogie saying, no, they're doing these things, but then Destiny saying, well, these things don't really matter. So it's kind of useless up until the point that Boogie is being offered money just for confirmation, just for a private confirmation. You don't have to publicly out yourself, okay? You can just privately send this information to a streamer that is trustable. I mean, I'll be honest, it's scary sending your information to strangers, but with the reputation that XQC, Dan, and Destiny have, it's absolutely a reliable thing to do. So there's no level of like mistrust that would even be valid in this situation. If you've been diagnosed, you've got it on a document, or you've got it in your online portal, and there's no reason that you wouldn't be able to share that safely and securely with somebody who probably values your privacy, and just wants the truth of the situation. I mean, they're offering you money for it. The only reason you wouldn't do this is if you're lying about having cancer. So like Keemstar, yeah, you could send it to Keemstar. Keemstar's probably even more trustworthy than these streamers. Like,
all you can do is treat the symptoms, and the symptoms are identical to polycythemia because it's the same thing, with the exception of one's getting caused by an external source and the other's being caused by cancer. And in this case, it's getting caused by cancer.
Maybe stop having sex with cancer then, dude.
If you want to keep your medical issues to yourself, I think everybody is entitled to that right, obviously. But if you're going to come out...
I should have never talked about it to begin with.
Well, hold on. Wait, hold on. Stop. Hold on.
One of the reasons I was going to do a GoFundMe was because they verify, for the record. They verify.
So
that would be the third party that I would.
Yeah. So GoFundMe does not do the best verification, as has been proven multiple times in the past. But the issue is that you say that you shouldn't have talked about it. But the fact is that you did. You did the day that you got the diagnosis. You were like, well, I was considering doing this, but I just got my diagnosis today. So you weren't considering. You did it instantly.
I sat on it for a while.
Wait, on your tweet, did you not say that I got my diagnosis today and then talk about it?
They told me. Okay.
Damn, how do you get caught in so many lies? He said, no, I thought about it for a while. I thought about... So he starts kind of like getting a little bit piss baby-ish. He's trying to save as much face as he possibly can, and the way that he's doing is a little silly because he's trying to say that he didn't release any information super early, but he said on his tweet that the day of, he said, I got diagnosed with it today. So clearly he didn't sit with it at all.
They told me in the office that they were worried about it. Then they did the blood tests. Then, yes, I did tweet about it on the day that I got confirmation, but I sat on it for a couple of months before, or for a couple of weeks before talking about it because it took a while for us to get the blood results.
So you sat on it when you didn't know the answer? That's not called sitting on it. That's just called waiting for an answer. If you were so keen on diagnosing whether you had cancer or not, why would you wait 2 years to get the biopsy?
I've never followed my Twitter before, but I tend to tweet as it happens. This one I started
real-time news, motherfucker.
I don't understand why you're waiting. I don't understand why you wait 2 years.
Cancer diagnosis.
Cancer's pretty fucking serious.
There is no cancer.
Cancer's pretty fucking
It's secondary polycythemia. There is no cancer here. There's no proof of it. You can't show anybody proof of it because it's not real. And I don't know. As somebody that like his mom had cancer, it's just a little bit gross, I feel like, when people are talking publicly about fighting cancer and stuff.
Who is the person that faked cancer before, the chick? You know who I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. Only had cancer once. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's a vintage meme.
No, that's
a vintage.
Emily only faked cancer once. Emily only faked cancer once. Yahoo! Yahoo!
Wasn't it Emily from RuneScape or something?
There's so many people that don't know that meme right now.
Yeah.
XQC then goes on to ask Boogie if he jumped the gun. X being X, just kind of like toying with the poor man. I mean, he's lied. He's dug his hole so deep. X is literally just being the lawyer right now and asking, hey, you know, for your own PR right now, did you possibly say this information a little bit too early? Boogie says no, he didn't jump the gun. It's all legitimate, and then tosses the rest of his career away in that sentence, pretty much. That was the last saving grace that anybody could have had for him. I'm certain that the then 2 people that still liked him probably went ahead and hopped offline after that one.
Can I ask Boogie, is it possible that you just jumped the gun on releasing your diagnosis thing?
No.
You don't think you jumped the gun a little bit?
Anything is possible, sure.
I just don't understand why you won't just go grab a piece of paper and just disprove them.
Because I don't have
all these
printouts
feelings.
He has nothing with those words on it. If they don't need that test to confirm cancer, why would you spend extra money on a biopsy they don't need?
You know, if you heard of this, Destiny, I just got a bit of a windfall.
Ooh.
Might have heard about it.
Yeah, you may have heard of it.
We have,
What's
yes.
what's a windfall?
He did a $10,000 crypto scam, using partly his cancer thing as an excuse for why he needed to scam his fans. But
I just wanted, I want to join real quick because you just got caught lying about me to Coffee
Seems like a lot of to go through.
And now you're being confronted. And now you're being confronted on one of the biggest lies on internet history.
At the end, this is kind of where the crash out starts to build for Boogie. He has had enough of the beating, and Destiny isn't really getting anywhere past this confrontation. Boogie's just saying the blood markers in his hormones and the blood the bone marrow biopsy that he was taking, and then blah 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 blah, all of the same. Ends up just saying, hey, print it. I'd rather not show you my medical records or anything like it, or this diagnosis. I'd rather you just call me a liar. He has nothing to protect because there was nothing legitimate there in the first place. He just says that he got a little bit of a windfall at the very end, which is him talking about how he scammed a ton of people for, oh my god, for $10,000. Like, come on, man. Over the total of the $75,000, I think it was over $75,000 that he was offered by a bunch of streamers. People said that they were going to chip in money if he would just confirm it. And he would rather be called a liar. He would rather just take the blow rather than prove that he's not faking anything.
You know, there's a big history of people, I guess, scamming people with cancer, and it's like the worst of the worst. And you're getting confronted with that right now, and your response to that is nuh-uh.
Go ahead.
I'm not going ahead. I'm just I'm explaining to you.
Go ahead. Go right the ahead.
I
don't care.
I'm not going ahead with anything.
He's speaking to you.
No, I'm saying
I'm trying to explain to you why we're in this situation. Is just that people view this as one of the lowest things, right? It's about as bad as it gets.
You have polycythemia vera. Why aren't you just trying to disprove that, other than them making you look like you're
because 2 years ago?
Cancer for
because
donation.
2 years ago, I'd rather that than the.
Why would you rather that? That's so stupid.
This is the last thing I have is my medical.
All right, do you care about this anymore?
So the stream ends.
Yes.
All right, well, hey, thanks a lot, guys. Cool. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, man. Good night, guys.
Yeah, have a pleasant evening.
And
You gotta raise the bar up. I think I can move this black bar. Hold on, let's see. Let's see. Can you actually see? Oh, there you go. Oh, you can't see nothing.
Yes, he's deodorant under his tits.
Nothing. Peter Griffin. Oh my God, I'm seeing his balls. You're gonna lose your channel.
Keemstar says it greatly. You know, if he doesn't prove this, this is one of, if not the biggest scandal on the internet. And he's absolutely correct. There's no other way of saying it. He is simply a fraud. Like, just total crash out. Like, this guy absolutely just has, I personally think it's an episode or something. Like, he just doesn't care anymore about anything. He's being exposed. So this is him kind of just throwing it all away, I guess. I don't really know what else to call it other than a crash out and a big mental event, I guess. That happens. He gets naked. He gets a Twitch ban, and then he goes onto Twitter and gets naked again.
Twitch is ableist. They banned me because I am obese. They banned me because I have loose skin. This is not my This is not my genitalia. Twitch, you banned me for being fat, you ableist pricks.
And it's not something that anybody asked for, and I'm going to censor this part very heavily so that I don't get hurt from this. But I just think it's really funny. I think you guys should know. I don't know. I mean, other than that, really, that's kind of where it all ends. Boogie Tonight has been lying. He never proved anything. He will not prove anything. He won't prove anything for more than he scammed people for. Honestly, if that doesn't say everything you need to know about the guy, I don't really know what does. So thank you so much for everybody who's watching. If you enjoyed this video, I humbly ask for a subscription to my YouTube channel. I humbly ask for a like on this video and a comment. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.
Laranja, acerola e mel. Uma doçura.